A man with an 8th grade education who went on to become one of the richest people in America did not do so by working hard. He did it by being smart. There's a huge difference. And today, we're going to see exactly how he did it. This is the story of how Howard Schultz became a multi-billionaire. Growing up in a poor household in Brooklyn, New York, Howard had an extremely difficult childhood. His parents could barely make ends meet and often argued a lot, which made young Howard feel very uncomfortable. So, at the age of just 12 years old, Howard dropped out of school and started working part-time odd jobs in order to put food on the table for his family. Even though he wasn't in school, Howard had big dreams for himself. And when he was 16, he enlisted in the U.S. Marine Corps, but was rejected because he was too young. However, they allowed him to join the U.S. Coast Guard, where he served from the ages of 17 to 21. After his service in the Coast Guard, Howard enrolled in an evening program at a local college, getting a degree in business management. Then he got a job at a company called Hamden Paper. During this time period, Howard was very ambitious and worked his way up the corporate ladder quickly. But while he was doing well at work, his personal life was crumbling. He had gotten married and had 2 kids, but unfortunately, he and his wife would end up getting divorced. But even though Howard was going through a rough time personally, he continued to climb the corporate ladder and eventually became vice president of a Swedish company called In 1971, Howard met an Italian couple named Angelo and Pierina Gadu. They owned a small coffee roasting company in Seattle that was founded by Angelo's father. At first, the company wasn't doing all that well, and they were struggling to keep it afloat. So when Howard found out that they were looking to sell the business, he thought it would be a great opportunity to start a new life in Seattle with his 2 kids. So he purchased the company for $3,600 and immediately began trying to turn it around. He started by changing the company name from Godioso Coffee to Starbucks. He wanted a name that sounded like a first-rate coffee, something European and exotic. Initially, Howard tried to keep the business running like it had been run for the past 30 years. But since he had an extensive background in marketing, he knew that in order to succeed, he needed to do things differently. So Howard decided to revamp the business, starting with the product. He focused on importing higher quality Arabica beans, which are known for their high quality and rich flavor. And instead of selling whole beans, he decided to start selling espresso drinks. This wasn't anything new or innovative. In fact, this was exactly how coffee was sold in Italy. But there was a problem. Even though the coffee itself was pretty good, it was really expensive to make, costing them $4 per pound of coffee. At the same time, everyone was worried about the economy because inflation had reached double digits and interest rates were at a record high. This meant that people were cutting back on luxuries, such as coffee, in order to save money. So no matter how good Howard's coffee was, the fact that it was so expensive made it a luxury item, which wasn't what Howard wanted. He wanted his coffee to be enjoyed by everyone, not just the wealthy. So he had to figure out a way to cut costs while still maintaining the high level of quality. While searching for a solution, Howard stumbled upon a coffee brewing method used by Italians called cremar e spira, which translates to coffee, cream and foam. This method consists of brewing coffee using a moka pot, which is a stovetop coffee maker that uses steam pressure to brew coffee. It was originally invented in Italy in the early 1900s. And it was perfect for Howard since it allowed him to make large batches of coffee quickly and cheaply. With this new brewing method, Howard was able to reduce his cost per pound of coffee to $1, which made it much more affordable for customers. He then came up with a strategy to increase revenue without raising prices, which was to offer customers free refills. Since people were already paying less for their coffee thanks to Howard's new brewing method, they were more likely to order a second cup if it was free. Of course, this wasn't exactly free. Howard was simply including the price of the refill in the original cup, so that customers would have to pay extra for it. Although this might seem like a small thing, it made a huge difference for customers. With these 2 strategies, Howard was able to turn the business around. So he started franchising the business model, allowing other entrepreneurs to open their own Starbucks stores. In exchange, he would receive a percentage of their sales. This way, he could expand the business without having to invest all the money himself. The franchise model worked out great for both Howard and the franchisees. For Howard, it allowed him to expand faster than he would have been able to on his own. And for the franchisees, it gave them the opportunity to own their own business with a proven concept. As the company grew, so did Howard's net worth. By 1987, Howard's net worth was in the millions, and by 1992, it was over $1 billion. During this time, the company was growing so fast that they were opening a new store every 17 days. But all good things must come to an end, right? Well, not this one. Starbucks is still growing to this day, opening a new store every 14 days. Of course, it hasn't always been smooth sailing. In fact, they've faced quite a bit of controversy over the years. For example, in 2018, a video went viral showing a Starbucks CEO saying racist comments. This caused the company's stock to plummet. To make matters worse, just a few months later, 2 men were arrested at a Starbucks in Philadelphia. After one of them used the restroom without paying, the incident was caught on video and went viral, causing people to accuse Starbucks of racism. These controversies could have been devastating for the company, but they weren't. In fact, the company has only grown stronger because of them. This leads us to ask the question, why doesn't controversy affect Starbucks? One reason could be that the company is constantly evolving and adapting to the times. For example, they were one of the first companies to embrace social media. They also responded quickly to the controversies by apologizing and taking action. Another reason could be that the company has a strong mission and values that guide their decisions. This helps them to stay true to themselves and what they believe in, even when they're under attack. Finally, the company has a loyal customer base that appreciates their products and stands up for them when they re-criticize. Today, the company operates over 33,000 stores in more than 80 countries, making it the largest coffeehouse company in the world. But some people argue that it's not really a coffee company. Instead, it's a lifestyle brand that sells coffee. And there's a lot of truth to this statement. Starbucks has successfully created a lifestyle around their coffee. Their stores are designed to be comfortable and inviting places to relax and socialize. Their employees are trained to be friendly and helpful, and their products are marketed as a way to enhance people's lives. You do need to look any further than their menu to see that they read not just selling coffee. They're selling an experience. Take, for example, their Frappuccino. This is basically a blended coffee drink that can be customized in countless ways. Customers love it because it gives them the caffeine boost they need without the jitters that come with regular coffee. It's no wonder that Frappuccinos account for nearly half of Starbucks' total sales. Then there's their food menu. Starbucks isn't just selling coffee. They're selling an experience. Take, for example, their Frappuccino. This is basically a blended coffee drink that can be customized in countless ways. Customers love it because it gives them the caffeine boost they need without the jitters that come with regular coffee. It's no wonder that Frappuccinos account for nearly half of Starbucks' total sales. Then there's their food menu. Starbucks isn't just selling snacks and pastries. They're selling fuel for the day. Their sandwiches and wraps are made with fresh ingredients and are perfect for people on the go. Their salads are a healthy option for those who are watching their weight. And their cakes and cookies are a delicious treat for those who have a sweet tooth. Finally, let's talk about their seasonal menu. Starbucks isn't just selling coffee. They're selling a feeling. Every season, they come out with new drinks and foods that capture the spirit of the time. Their pumpkin spice latte is a fall staple that customers look forward to every year. Their peppermint mocha is a winter warmer that's perfect for the holidays. Their strawberry lemonade is a summer refresher that's perfect for a hot day. And their caramel macchiato is a year-round favorite that's perfect for any occasion. All of this is to say that Starbucks isn't just a coffee company. They're a lifestyle brand that sells coffee. And it has this focus on creating an experience that has allowed them to become the most successful coffee company in the world. If you enjoyed this video, you will definitely enjoy the one on how Walmart was built. Because it is. Probably not what you think. Next, you'll see the surprising connection between Walmart and Sam Walton